Hey everybody, welcome back. This is EagleFan Watches. A little bit different than my main channel where I react to music videos and such. And so far, I've been in a sports reaction mode. I do want to get to TV and movies, but I'm continuing here. This is not my normal one, or I shouldn't say normal. I've only done a couple videos on here. But where I was watching the Phillies highlights, because I did see the score of the Phillies game today, unfortunately. So it was an unfortunately bad result, but I am not going to sit here and react to highlights of a game that I already know the score for. That would be, well, to be honest with you, kind of dishonest. I mean, it wouldn't really be much of a reaction. I would just be there watching and waiting. But anyway. With that said, I thought I'd react to a different game. This is Pirates at the Mets today. Now, all I can say is let's go Pirates. I'm hoping. I don't know. I don't know how good the Pirates are going to be. I don't know how good the Mets are going to be. But I can say the Mets suck. Sorry. And that's really even aimed at, I've watched some reactions to football highlights, and there's a New York guy that's always watching Eagles highlights and getting mad when they win. So this kind of hopefully negatively goes out that direction there. I'm hoping I don't get disappointed by this one, because with knowing the Phillies score and knowing that they lost, if I watch the Mets win, that's going to make me even sadder. So, keeping my fingers crossed. And let's go Pirates. I am, hopefully, if I do watch more of these highlights, I will start to get to know players a little bit more now. When I was a kid, I could have told you almost every player on every team. Now I've been so far out of it that I only know, not even all of the Phillies players yet. So it'll definitely take me a while to get to know other teams. So let's see what we've got here. This is Pirates versus Mets. March 29th. I was going to say today, but I'm actually recording this just after midnight the next day. Let's see. Man, I guess it's getting late. There we go. And also, I hope it's more improved, more like the second Phillies reaction that I had, where it was a little bit easier to follow than the first one. Still, there was some things with the last one that I watched where they just kind of jumped ahead and you didn't realize. I think it was the ninth inning when the Phillies tied it up in that one. And then all of a sudden it jumped to extra innings. Instead of showing you that, okay, they didn't drive in that winning run by showing you the last out of the ninth. That's kind of a strange decision right there. But it is what it is, I guess. Let's see. Well, as we go, we'll see how many more of these reactions I'll do from the MLB. And might just have to wait until NFL reactions to get back into sports stuff. But let's go. This might be a good way for me to watch the baseball season, to be honest with you.
2 games down in the regular season, 2 wins for the Mets so far, and they go for the sweep today, trying to dance off to St. Louis with a win. There is nothing that makes a fan base more excited than having a young pitcher who potentially is one of the dominant figures in the game. The Mets have gone through it with Seaver and Gooden and Harvey and DeGrom, and now that guy is Nolan McLean, who after an 8-start cameo last year gets the ball for the first time this season.
A couple of walks here to start this ball game. It's the first time in his career he's made an opening day.
If you want to talk about young Mets pitchers and prospects, let's talk about Sid Finch.
Reynolds at 333. Switch hitter batting left.
The curveball strikes out Reynolds for the first out of the day.
So one away, runners still first and second, and the cleanup hitter Ryan O'Hearn coming up.
O'Hearn homered opening day and his third Pirate at bat. And to left field, dropping quickly, and that will drop in.
Nice.
Soto tried to deke Cruz, but Cruz was at third base by the time the ball drops in, and the Pirates take a 1-0 lead on a Ryan O'Hearn opposite field single.
So McLean, after a couple of walks, limits the damage to 1 run.
Carmen making his season debut here in 2026. You see his numbers from last year. Made 12 starts, 5 and 8.
That's the strikeout. Curveball.
Nice.
That's a really nice looking curveball too, and coming out off of a couple of fastballs at the top of the zone. That's a right pitch to go with.
Struck him out with the splitter.
Pitch. Trying to go away, he missed in a little bit with it, but good action down, was able to get the swing and miss.
And Carmen Mlodzinski strikes out the side in order to begin
Nice first
his
inning
day.
for that pitcher.
Mlodzinski and the Pirates take a 1-0 lead to the second here in New York.
McLean out for his second inning.
And this is that second inning, Ronnie, you always talk about. If you have a little rugged first and then you come back the second and you got the bottom third of the order to collect yourself.
Yes.
Strike 3 call, got the outside corner with the sinker. Henry Davis chops one out to Semien right at the bag. Quickly there are 2 out. Jake Mangum playing left field today, and he struck him out. Got him with a changeup. That's that kick change he's been working on
Good pitch.
to get the left-hand hitters out.
Hope everybody's doing well out there today.
With a 3-run homer that won the game. He lines one off the glove of Gonzalez and into left field. Looked like a ball that Gonzalez was unable to snag, but it sailed right by. And Roberts aboard.
Boy, he ripped that one.
Oh.
I guess tipped off the glove.
That
They call that a hit.
So here is Beatty now, left-hand.
That really should have been called, to be honest with you.
First base runner, and Brett Beatty pokes one up the middle for a base hit. Robert will go first to third. And the Mets have runners at the corners with 1
I
out.
hope this doesn't get
Beatty
disgusting.
wasting no time, jumping on the first pitch he sees from Mlodzinski and finding the hole up the middle.
Semien
I don't
2
wanna
for 8
see
to begin his Mets career and this season.
And Semien drives one out to center. That'll get the run in. Robert will tag. Cruz makes the catch. Robert comes down the line to score, and the Mets tie the game at 1. Cruz catching that ball very casually, and Beatty had ideas about tagging it first and going to second.
Very nonchalant. Mets have done this whole series. They
I
seem
thought
to
that looked a
answer
little
when the
nonchalant
Pirates
as
score.
well.
Now
But
Carson Bench with
I thought
Beatty
maybe it was just because he knew he really had no chance to get throw the guy out.
Oh! Recovers, and his throw is not in time. So the Pirates having some defensive issues. Triolo, who has won a Gold Glove as a utility man, commits the error that prolongs the inning. And 2 men are aboard for Luis Torrens, who had an at-bat in the 10th inning yesterday and delivered a game-tying hit.
Nice.
Struck him out looking. He does pick up Triolo. Mets pick up a tying run. It's 1-1. Most homers as a second baseman going back to 2020. See Marcus Semien 130. Brandon Lowe is third on that list. 31 homers last year. 5 years ago, 39 homers, 99 ribbies, and a drive to right field.
Bench back, warning, track
go,
feeling
go.
for the wall, and there it goes. Another home run for Brandon Lowe, his 3rd of the season, and the Pirates retake the lead 2-1. 2-1
3 games,
Buccos.
3 home runs.
And he'll put on the
He's off to a
welder's
good
mask.
start.
So good.
That is the first home run that Nolan McLean has allowed in the major leagues to a left-hand hitter.
2 outs, nobody on. Nolan McLean of the Mets delivers a swing and a line
wow.
drive up the middle, base hit.
Nice.
That was smoke.
Able to stay with that sinker out over, and it's a 2-out single. And now Jared Triolo, and a break ball inside. Yeah, it hit Triolo. That sweeper didn't sweep enough. And now 2 on with 2 out for Spencer Horwitz coming to bat.
And the curveball struck him out. So Horwitz down on strikes. The 4th for McLean, but the Pirates.
I would have liked to have seen
Mlodzinski for punch outs.
reaction to that swing, because it was hard to tell if he swung on that, because it didn't look like it was in the zone.
5 strikeouts for
Looked low.
Mlodzinski.
Struck him out.
Mlodzinski tying a career high with his 6th strikeout.
Man, Carmen Mlodzinski is on fire this afternoon.
Nice.
Strikes him out. Carmen Mlodzinski, 7 strikeouts now through 3 innings. 2-1 Pirates.
That's pretty good.
0-1 to Robert. Little blooper down the right
Through
field
3
line.
innings, he's
Falling
already
fast.
set a
That's down
career
for a
high in
base hit the other
strikeouts for
way.
a game.
Robert takes the turn, but O'Hearn gets to it,
He's
heaves it in.
dealing.
So his 2nd hit of the day, and his 5th in 10 at-bats for the Mets. He's on as now the tying man with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, and Brett Beatty coming up.
He goes, and Beatty hits it up the middle. He's got his second hit, and Robert will go first to third. Cut off by Cruz. Robert holds at third. Brett Beatty is 2 for 2. So the guys in the middle of the order, Robert and Beatty, getting the job done. Back-to-back hits in the second and now again in the 4th. So now Semien, who drove in the first Met run with a sacrifice fly, gets another opportunity.
And Mlodzinski strikes out Semien. That gives him 8 punch-outs and 2 down in the 4th.
So now 2 out, and it's left to Carson Bench, who reached on an error his first time up.
In the air to left, Mangum.
Okay.
And Mlodzinski.
I didn't realize how high it was initially. I thought it was just a little looper.
It's still 2-1 Pirates.
Here's Brandon Lowe, whose home run put the Pirates in front in the 3rd inning.
And this little drop base hit to left. And Brandon Lowe heads to second base and safe. Just eludes the tag.
That was close.
Beautiful slide right there. Wow, Bobichette got to that, got it off the tarp down the left field line right there, and immediately turned in through. He played that really well, but Brandon Lowe thinking double out of the box.
Works around the double by Lowe. Halfway through, it's 2-1.
Last year, Mlodzinski, this is after.
Well, the guy that got the double.
Just 222 against him.
Since it was so close, I thought maybe he wasn't running as hard out of the box, but it looked like he was
through. They hit 364. A much, much different result. Well, here is Lindor, and the first pitch to Francisco, hit in the air towards the gap in right center. That's pretty deep. Headed towards the warning track, and it hits the top of the wall, bounces down onto the warning track. Lindor hits second. He's on his way to third. The relay throw, the head first slide. He is safe at third. A 3-base hit for Francisco Lindor. His first hit of the year. The Mets have a runner at third now with 1 man out. Now the Pirates move their infield in. Juan Soto, the batter.
And Soto pulls one into right field. Come on, Hearn. He won't get it. Base hit. Lindor in to score the tying run. Juan Soto drives in his 2nd run of the season, and the Mets get back even again. It's 2-2. So Mlodzinski, who was so dominant first 2 times through the order, is out after 4 1/3.
Huascar Brazoban, new pitcher for the Mets as we begin the 6th with a score tied 2-2.
And a very quick inning for Huascar Brazoban. He throws 5 pitches and gets him out 1, 2, 3. Nicely done. Still 2-2. Sean Manaea bumped from the rotation because the Mets had 6 guys for
pause here. We're at the 7th inning. 2-2. At least it's been a good game so far. Keeping my fingers crossed. Let's go, fellow Pennsylvania team.
Slots, and now coming out of the bullpen. This was the pocket that they chose for Manaea. Oneil Cruz today 0 for 2 and a walk, scored a run back in the 1st.
And he rips this into right center field. A 2-out hit for Oneil Cruz. And Lowe, gets away. And Cruz will wind up at second base.
It is an error on Manaea, moving that go-ahead run into scoring position. 1-2 coming to Lowe, and it's hit sharply, but Semien grabbing at the midsection and throws him out. Marcus Semien, 2-time Gold Glover, and he handles that ground ball to keep this game tied.
Back-to-back Mets hits have put 2 on here with 1 out. Juan Soto is coming up, the left-handed batter.
And now Soto against Montgomery. A couple of fans on their feet.
And now he takes another one in the dirt. Torrens takes off for third. He'll make it safely, and Lindor behind him into second. Great dirt ball read by Torrens. And the wild pitch puts runners at second and third. Now the infield comes in, and he tries to hold, but he went around on the high fastball.
Nice.
Strike 3. 3rd time today, Soto's been fanned, and that time on a pitch way out of the zone. 2 out.
Overrated.
Pirates drop the infield back.
Yes. 100 to Montgomery. Strikes out 3 and keeps the game tied. Headed to the 8th.
Back-to-back 2-out walks issued by Manaea to put the go-ahead run at second for Nick Gonzalez. And he chops one to Semien right near the bag. Flips to Lindor. Side retired. So Manaea works around a couple of walks, keeps it tied, going to the bottom of the 8th at Citi Field.
And the Pirates have lead-off man on. Henry Davis draws the walk.
It's going to be an extra inning game.
A sacrifice the first of the year for the Pirates.
Yeah, a really beautiful executed bunt by Jake Mangum. But now Oneil Cruz will see if he can come away with a big hit. This will be a big one.
Got him looking.
Oh.
2 men down.
That got the corner.
That's 11 strikeouts for Met pitching today. And he missed with a changeup for ball 4. And the Pirates have 2 men on. Well, this is the guy who Weaver's had trouble with. Reynolds is 4 for 10 with 2 home runs in his career against Luke. Hit on the ground toward the hole. Bichette's got it. Goes to second. Force play. Side retired. And for the second straight day, the Mets and Pirates are going to extra innings.
Reynolds will be the runner on second.
Ryan O'Hearn to lead off against the lefty that we saw yesterday, Richard Lovelady. And he's done it again. Ryan O'Hearn off the left-hander.
Nice.
Delivers. And O'Hearn gives the Pirates the lead here in the 10th inning. 3-2.
Nice to get that out of the way right away.
So back-to-back 2-out walks. There's nobody up behind Lovelady in the Mets bullpen. And he is leaking oil.
That base is loaded then, right?
0 for 3 with that walk. Ripped into center field and a base hit. Here comes the throw to the plate. It is off the mark. And a save there by Alvarez. And the Pirates take a 2-run lead on the Henry Davis single to...
Okay. What the heck happened there? There was a hit that knocked in a run. And then they just showed us back-to-back walks. I'm guessing there must have been a double play after that. I really wish they would have shown us that, because when they're telling us back-to-back walks, I was like, oh, the bases must be loaded because the other guy got a hit. But then it pops up and I see only runners at first and second. So that runner get out stealing? Was there a double play? Come on, MLB. Get your act together here.
Center field.
So Lindor reaches safely for the 3rd straight time. The Mets have the tying runs on
Okay.
base. And now
Let's
Soto
get these guys out.
can win this game with one big swing. Swings and hits one out to left center field. Headed toward the gap. That's going to bounce and go to the wall. Alvarez comes in to score. Lindor being waved around. The relay throw to the plate by
Out.
Triolo, and Lindor is out of
Yes.
the plate. Jared Triolo with a one-hop strike to Henry Davis, who got the tag down on Lindor for the first out of the inning. Soto with an RBI double to get the Mets within a run, but the tying run gunned down at the plate. So now the Mets are down to their final out with the tying run on third base, and Jorge Polanco coming up. Polanco has gone 0 for 4 today.
Fly ball to right.
No.
Oh, he makes the catch! Raise the Jolly Roger! The Pirates hold on.
Way to go, Pirates.
In extras and get their first win of the year. That one was hard-earned by the Battling Bucks.
Boy, was it ever.
Take that, Mets. So that was good. That was a positive result. Anytime the Mets or the Yankees lose, it's a good thing. So I'll have to do a Yankees reaction sometime. Maybe if they play the Red Sox. Red Sox are kind of my second team. Not when they're playing the Phillies, though. When they're playing the Phillies, then I don't care about the Red Sox. But it's kind of like in football. I'm an Eagles fan, but I've always liked the Seahawks as my second team, which was easier when they were in the AFC. But if they're playing the Eagles, I'm an Eagles fan. Unless, and this has happened in the past, where if the Eagles are having an off season and a bad season, and a win for them wouldn't really do anything, but a win for the Seahawks would help them, then I would be not actively rooting for the Seahawks, but I would be okay then with the Seahawks beating the Eagles. Not that any of this matters here. This was cool. They still have to fix how they do these replays. It's a little bit better than the opening day one was, but they still jump around too much and they don't give you time to really figure out what is going on at that very moment. It's not quite like with football. Even if they jump ahead a couple plays, when they're lining up for the next play, you can already see what down and distance it is, where they're at, and there hasn't been. It's not like baseball where before the next pitch, you've got to figure out how many outs there are, what the count is, how many people are on base, what inning it is, and all of that. And there's a lot more to process. And man, I am whining a lot here. I am sorry. Hope everybody out there is having a good day, week, month, night, whatever. And keep an eye out here. I will have some more reactions, and you can watch along with me. At some point, I'm going to put some things on Patreon with my main channel, and I might drop a couple videos from here on Patreon to go with that. If I do a Patreon, I've got to get enough subscribers before I even think about it, and I would like to just use one Patreon for any of my channels. So that way it's not, oh, join this Patreon for that and this Patreon for that. That would, A, wouldn't be worth anybody's money, to be honest with you. And B, I would just rather make it easier for everyone. So thank you for joining me. Please be good to each other out there. Let's leave this world better than we found it, so it'll be better for future generations. We want to aim for a Star Trek future, not a Handmaid's Tale future. So thank you again. And remember, keep your eyes to the sky or all around, because you never know what you might miss if you're just staring at your phone. Or flip phone in this case. Take care. Bye.